Hi guys, so I've already given you your weekly dose of Illuminati Freemason symbolism. So now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about TV shows and films. So, basically, with Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway, the new series is due to start on the 24th of February and it's supposed to end on the 21st of April. So that is really close to the release date of Avengers Infinity War in the UK. Now, I can't remember the exact date that Avengers Infinity War is coming out in the UK. I think it's like the 23rd or the 26th of April, something like that. But what has happened on previous years, usually the week after Saturday Night Takeaway has finished, is usually when Britain's Got Talent comes back. And we know that they've already started filming the auditions because David Williams confirmed that on the National Television Awards when he was talking to Georgia Toffolo. So, let's move on. And of course, Benidorm is coming back in February. Now, we don't really know how long this series is going to last, but it might be the last one, depending on how many viewers it gets. Because, of course, the Garvey family haven't been in it for quite a while now, and people thought that the show changed when they left. But I feel there are still funny characters in the show. Like, I would say, Mateo is probably the funniest one. Anyway, so we've also got Black Panther coming out in February, and shortly after, the new season of Agents of Shield is supposed to start airing in the UK on E4. That's supposed to be happening either late February or early March. I've already said that in one of my previous videos. So, Tomb Raider, that's coming out in March. Um, Going back to Agents of Shield, each season is usually 22 episodes, so I don't see why this season will be any different. Like, I think they're basically trying to cut out the mid-season break when they air it in the UK. Anyway, of course, the current season of Release the Hounds is still going on. I mean, Matt Edmondson's a great host and everything, but I would still rather have Reggie. Like, I think if there was an Action Man movie, Matt Edmondson could play Professor Gangrene because he's kind of like lanky and weird looking like him. Anyway, but he's also kind of short though. But there we go. I mean, look at this picture. Um, where he's standing next to Rylan. I know like Rylan's tall anyway, but you can see that he's like that he's way taller than Matt. Anyway, I mean, if I had to guess, I would say that Reggie's probably taller than Matt. Um. Anyway, the current season of Through the Keyhole's still going on. Um. Don't really know how long that's going to last. Um. But no doubt we'll be seeing the return of it next year. Same with Release the Hounds. Um. So what I'm trying to get at is, it looks like most of these shows like are going to be crossing over quite a lot. Um, when I say they'll be crossing over, what I mean by that is they will be on like different days of the week, so they won't be on like the same day. Like, if I had to guess how it was going to go, I would say, well, Saturday Night Takeaway will obviously be on a Saturday night. That's otherwise, if it was on a Sunday, it would be Sunday Night Takeaway. But anyway, um, but I'm just going by previous years here. Like, I swear, like on previous years, like Agents of Shield has been on Sundays, and then I think Benazorm's been on Wednesdays, and well, the Americans is on um Wednesdays in America, but you would have to wait until Thursday to watch it in the UK. So, and that brings me on to my next thing. Actually, the Americans is back in March, so this is going to be the final season, and I'm really sad about that because it's probably like my favorite show of all time. I mean, my favorite show of all time used to be Doctor Who, but it seems like the Americans have surpassed that in terms of excellence. Um, but it's obvious that Stan's going to catch them at the end. It's been leading up to that since episode 1. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't. They still haven't told Henry that they're Russian spies. So like, I think they have to do that um, in the final season. Anyway, basically Gotham is supposed to come back in spring. Um, that doesn't really narrow it down. I wish they gave us an exact month, but I would guess it'll probably be like the first month of spring, whatever that is. Because, I'm not an expert when it comes to seasons. Anyway, so on previous years, I remember watching like Gotham and the Americans on the same weeks. So I would imagine at some point or another they will be on like during the same weeks. The Americans, like the season will still be going on by the time Infinity War comes out. Um, and this time it's going to have 10 episodes instead of 13, which is a bit disappointing to be honest, because like since it's the final season, you would think they would have more episodes, but instead they're having less. But I don't know, maybe it might be a good thing because it might mean that it's more action packed and more intense. But I don't want them to like try and cram too much in, like because I don't like it to be dragged out too much, but sometimes like if you think the stories are a bit slow, like they do actually have a purpose. It's to develop the characters and their emotional vulnerability. So I think, if I remember rightly, this season of The Americans is due to kick off towards the end of March, which is like basically after Tomb Raider, because I think Tomb Raider is the middle of March, like 16th of March, I think. Well, at least that's what it is in the UK. I don't know what it is in the US. Um, but God knows, like, um, when the Americans will actually come to ITV Encore, um, meaning the last season of it. To be honest, I don't know what the fuck's going on with the Solo trailer at the moment. Um, I think a lot of Star Wars fans are going to be freaking pissed off if they don't show it at the Super Bowl. Like, we've waited long enough already. Like, they were going to show it on Good Morning America at one point, but they haven't done that yet. I don't know if they're going to. But you know, chances are, if that happens, it'll probably be on Good Morning Britain as well. Probably every Good Morning program in the entire world, like Good Morning Australia, will probably pop up on. Um, anyway, sorry, I don't know why. It's just funny. Um, I shouldn't be laughing really because it's just a joke sometimes. Like Disney seem to have Marvel Studios perfectly to rights, but they at the moment they don't have Lucasfilm purposefully to rights. uh, well, perfectly to rights, I should say. Um, yeah, let's hope this solo film proves that Disney have knocked Kathleen Kennedy into line. Like, I just don't know what the fuck's going on sometimes. Like, because, like, I think, is it June or July that Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming out? And the trailer for that's out already. Yet Solo is out in May, and we don't even have a trailer for it yet. What the hell's going on?